Okay, good morning students, and this is the wireless communication and network class, and today we go for three different topics, two related to numericals and other the frequency reduced distance. Okay, so last class we have covered the cluster size, how we enhance the capacity of the channel, etc, etc. And today we obviously discuss very important problem related to the hexagonal geometry. Okay, so first of all, that problem is show that the area of a rectangle, of a hexagonal cell is 2.598 r, where r is the radius of the hexagon. So first of all, we draw that hexagonal structure. Okay, and here r is the radius and a is the size of a base. Okay, so if we go for the basic trigonometric formula, then as per that particular formula, if it is a, that is r, and that angle obviously 60 degree, and we assume that is b. Now as per that basic trigonometric formula, obviously a equals to r cos 60 degree. Okay, and next a by r, that equals to 1 by half, otherwise we say that a equals to r by 2, as well as per that particular structure, a square plus b square, that's mean a square plus b square, that equals to r square, that's mean if it is a, then that's also a. Okay, then a square plus b square, that equals to r square. Okay, so otherwise we say that b square equals to r square by a square, and if we simplify that particular problem, then a equals to r by 2, that's mean a square equals to r square by 4. We replace here the value of that a. Okay, that's mean r square minus a square, that's mean r square by 4, that equals to 3 r square by 4 by the help of that particular solution. So from here it is clear that b equals to root 3 r by 2. Okay, now first of all we have to find out the area of that particular hexagon. Okay, so if we go for the find out the area, then formula of that particular find out the area of the particular hexagonal, then equals to 6, because there are in a hexagon there are 6 triangle. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, then 6 into area of a one triangle. Okay, 6 into area of one triangle means half into 2 into a into b. Okay, that is the if we go for that particular formula, then 6 into half, 2 into a into b, that's mean here 2 nullify 6 ab. Again we know that a equals to r by 2, and as well as b equals to root over of 3 r by 2. Now if we substitute the value of b here, then 6 into a into root 3 r by 2, that's mean here if we put the value of the a again here, then 6 into r by 2 into root 3 by 2 into r. Okay, now if we calculate that particular numericals problem, then it's equal to 2.598 r square, hence it is proved. That's mean the as per that particular numerical problem, the show that the area of the hexagonal cell is 2.598 r square, that is proved. Okay, and that is the very important for any kind of examination. Okay, next topic is frequency reuse distance or reuse distance calculation. So first of all, what is frequency reuse, that I obviously told you in the last class, and but there are a problem. That's mean in between two cluster there are minimum distance we have to maintain for that frequency reuse method. So first of all we have to know the what do you mean by frequency reuse distance. Okay, so as per statement or as per definition, the frequency reuse distance means the closest distance d between the center of two cells using the same frequency but in different cluster is determined by the choice of the cluster size n and the layout of the cell cluster. This distance is called the frequency reuse distance, and that frequency reuse distance is mathematically expressed d equals to root 3 n into r, where d is the called the frequency reuse distance and n is the cluster size and r is the radius. Okay, so first of all we concentrate this particular figure. So what do you mean by frequency reuse distance? That is the I told you that the in the theoretical diagram or theoretical concept. Suppose this is a cluster. Here cluster size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and n. There are n cell size. Okay, n number of cells. Okay, now this is frequency A, and we have to find out another same frequency cell but in different cluster. That's mean that. So distance in between that center to that center, that is called d, and this is called the frequency reuse distance. Okay, and where is r? That is called r. That is r. That is r. That is r, because all the r's are equal. Again again we go for that particular a, then we have to find out another a, that is another cell for frequency reuse but in different cluster. That's mean that distance also d. Okay, and this distance mathematically we expressed by the formula of d equals to root over of 3n into r. Now there are some calculation regarding the distance. The calculation is, if my cluster size n, then what's my frequency reuse distance, and that is very very important. So we assume if my cluster size is 4, then as per that particular formula, the frequency reuse distance is 3.4 into r. If my cluster size is 7, then the frequency reuse distance is 4.6 into r as per that particular. If 12, then it is 6r, and if 19, then it is 7.55 r. Okay, that's mean if we exceed that particular distance, that frequency reuse method not done in properly or clearly. That's mean there are some disturbance in our cellular communication. And here one important announcement, that is, if we go in the any digital cellular network system for any kind of public radio telephonic system, then cluster size always be equal to 7 to 9 or 7 or 9, not 7 to 9. And if we go the specific type of GSM, then or global system for mobile communication, then the cluster size is 3 and 4. And if we go for particular CDMA, that is code division multiple access technique, then our cluster size is equals to n. That's mean frequency reuse distance in case of CDMA, that is almost negligible. But if we go in the GSM and other public radio telephonic system, then as per that particular chart we have to calculate the frequency reuse distance. Okay, next another numerical problem, and that is very very important. Okay, show that d, that's mean frequency reuse distance, that equals to root over of 3 into I square plus ij plus j square into r, and that is obviously under root. Okay, for solving that particular problem we have to consider that previous figure, that's mean that particular figure. Okay, now if we go for the solution of that particular problem, then as per that particular figure or hexagonal geometry, we know the r is the radius of the hexagon. Okay, so if we consider the r is the radius of the hexagon, then as per rule, then I by 2 square equals to r square by r by 2 whole square, or otherwise we say that I equals to root 3 r. Okay, if we consider the center to center distance. Okay, now as per that particular figure, we here consider the angle is 60 degree, but if we consider the total angle, that is 60 plus 60, 120 degree. Okay, then the equation becomes modified. So first of all, if we consider for I vector, then distance is I equals to root 3 ri, and if we consider j vector, then J1 equals to root 3 Rj, and if we consider the angle that is 120 degree, then d square equals to I square plus j square minus 2ij cos theta. That is the vector formula. Okay. So next, if we modify that one, because I1 means that we put here the value of I1, and J1 means that we put the value of J1. That's mean I square equals to 3 R square I square plus 3 R square J square, minus, if we put the value of I and J here and as well as the value of the theta, then that particular portion becomes 2 into 3 R square Ij cos 120 degree. Okay. Now, if we put the value of the cos 120 degree, then overall equation becomes in that way. That's mean 3R square into I square plus Ij into J square. Okay, and hence it is proved, because here we have to find out the d, and here we find out the d square. That's mean if we go for d, then that is root of, then if we go for the root, then root 3 and that portion also under root, that is 3 and that portion, and r is obviously outside of the root because r is square. So it is proved.